When we talk about why so many people love Doggy-Style, the very first thing that comes to mind is the physical pleasure it brings. There's just something about the angle, the depth, and the way bodies can connect in this position that makes it so incredibly stimulating. I want you to really think about the sensation of being in a position that allows deeper penetration. Unlike other positions where you might feel limited in how far or in what direction your partner can move, Doggy-Style opens up a world of possibilities. That deep, full contact can hit areas that aren't as easily reached in positions like missionary or spooning. It's not just penetration, it's targeted stimulation that can awaken parts of your body you might not even realize can feel this good. And it's not just about depth. The angle changes everything. The way hips align, the tilt of the pelvis, the curve of the spine. All of these factors create sensations that are unique to this position. It allows for a rhythm that feels natural and intuitive, where the body can move in harmony with the partner's movements. Every thrust, every shift, every subtle adjustment can dramatically increase pleasure for both partners. The beauty of Doggy-Style is that it gives you the chance to explore what feels best. You can go slow, savoring every inch, or pick up the pace for intensity. You can angle slightly to the left, slightly to the right, or find that sweet spot where everything clicks. It's like your bodies are communicating without words, learning what excites each other in real time. But it's not just the physical sensation for one partner. Doggy-Style is a full body experience for both. The person being penetrated can feel the fullness and stimulation, while the partner doing the penetrating experiences a sense of control and connection. There's a rhythm to this position that can create a shared, almost hypnotic experience where each movement builds on the last. And because it engages different muscle groups from the thighs to the glutes to the core, it's a dynamic, active experience. You're not just lying there. You're moving, stretching, and connecting in ways that can amplify pleasure tenfold. Another amazing aspect is how Doggy-Style naturally stimulates erogenous zones that aren't as easily reached in other positions. For people with vulvas, the angle often allows for deeper G-spot stimulation, which can be incredibly pleasurable and even lead to stronger orgasms. For people with penises, the position can create friction and pressure in a way that's intensely satisfying. It's a mutual experience where both partners benefit from the anatomical advantages the position offers. And even beyond traditional erogenous zones, there's a heightened sensitivity in surrounding areas. The thighs, the lower back, and even the hands and arms as they explore the body. It's like a map of pleasure waiting to be discovered, and Doggy-Style gives you the perfect route to explore it. There's also something about the predictability of the position that makes it comfortable yet exciting. You know what to expect physically, but the slight variations in angle, depth, and rhythm keep it fresh and enjoyable every time. This balance of familiarity and novelty is key to why Doggy-Style is so beloved. It allows partners to relax into the experience, trust each other's movements, and let the body guide the pleasure naturally. And let's not forget the way it can be customized. Pillows, different surfaces, standing variations, and even slight changes in posture can completely alter the sensation. There's almost an infinite number of ways to enjoy this position, which keeps it exciting no matter how long you've been together. Ultimately, the reason Doggy-Style is so universally loved is that it combines everything we want in sex: depth, angle, rhythm, full body engagement, and mutual pleasure. It's a position that allows for exploration and experimentation, encouraging partners to communicate through movement rather than words. It's intimate in its own way, connecting bodies and senses in a shared experience that's thrilling, satisfying, and deeply physical. Every time you try it, there's an opportunity to discover something new about yourself, your partner, and the way your bodies respond to each other. So when we talk about the real reasons people love doggy-style, it's not just about doing something different, it's about unlocking a level of physical pleasure that is unmatched in other positions. It's about embracing the way your body wants to move, the way it wants to feel, and giving yourself permission to enjoy the sensations fully. It's about connection, exploration, and pure enjoyment. And when you experience it that way, it's easy to understand why doggy-style has earned such a special place in our sexual repertoire. When we think about why doggy-style is so appealing, it's not just the physical sensations that make it popular, it's also the psychological component, the thrill that comes from exploring fantasy and desire. Sex isn't just a physical act, it's deeply intertwined with the mind, and doggy-style taps into that part of us that craves excitement, novelty, and even a little bit of playful power exchange. There's something about the position that allows people to explore aspects of their sexual fantasies in a safe, consensual way, and that can be incredibly liberating. It gives partners permission to let go of inhibitions, step outside their usual comfort zones, and really embrace what turns them on. One of the reasons this position can be so psychologically stimulating is that it naturally lends itself to dynamics of dominance and submission, whether subtle or more explicit. For some, there's a thrill in being the one taking control, guiding the rhythm, setting the pace, and feeling that sense of authority. For others, there's equal excitement in being vulnerable, giving up a little control and trusting their partner completely. That trust and mutual understanding creates an intimate psychological connection that goes beyond the purely physical. It's not about being passive or aggressive. It's about exploring the interplay of power, control, and surrender in a way that enhances pleasure and emotional closeness. Another reason the position excites the mind is that it can fulfill fantasies that might not be as easily expressed in other positions. It's often associated with raw, animalistic passion, a feeling of intensity and primal connection. And let's be honest, there's something inherently thrilling about tapping into that energy with someone you trust. Fantasy isn't just about imagining something taboo. It's about engaging with desire in a way that feels freeing, exciting, and deeply satisfying. Doggy-style allows people to bring that imagination to life in real time, to experience scenarios they've fantasized about, and to feel both physically and mentally aroused at the same time. The psychological stimulation goes beyond fantasies of dominance or intensity. It's also about novelty and variety. Even in long-term relationships, maintaining excitement and curiosity is key to sexual satisfaction. Doggy-style introduces a shift in perspective, a change in rhythm, and a different way to connect that keeps the mind engaged. Our brains are wired to respond to novelty, and when the body experiences something slightly different, it heightens awareness, anticipation, and pleasure. That mental engagement makes the sexual experience richer and more fulfilling. There's also a subtle layer of anticipation that comes with this position. The person on top or behind can see their partner's body responding in real time, and that visual feedback amplifies desire. The person being penetrated, on the other hand, may experience the thrill of knowing that their partner is fully engaged, watching and responding to their movements, and that their pleasure is being prioritized. This mutual awareness heightens the psychological intensity of the experience, creating a loop of arousal that feeds both partners. It's not just about moving together. It's about being mentally present, attuned to each other, and fully immersed in the moment. In addition, doggy-style allows for a sense of emotional liberation. There's something powerful about letting go of the need to make eye contact, to maintain a certain posture, or to focus on appearances. When the focus shifts entirely to sensation and connection, it frees the mind from distractions and self-consciousness. That mental freedom can heighten arousal, deepen pleasure, and strengthen the bond between partners. It's a position that encourages openness, vulnerability, and authenticity, qualities that are essential for a satisfying sexual and emotional connection. Finally, this position can create a sense of shared adventure. It invites exploration, communication, and playful experimentation. Partners can talk about what feels good, what they want to try, and what fantasies they'd like to explore, all while physically connecting in a way that reinforces desire and intimacy. That combination of psychological stimulation, fantasy fulfillment, and playful exploration is what makes Doggy-Style so irresistible to so many people. It's not just about the act itself. It's about the way it engages the mind, heightens anticipation, and allows people to fully inhabit their desires in a safe and consensual space. So, when we think about the psychological side of why people love Doggy-Style, it's clear that it's much more than a physical position. It's a gateway to excitement, fantasy, and connection. It's about exploring desires, experiencing trust, and embracing pleasure with both body and mind. It's about stepping into a space where passion meets imagination and letting yourself enjoy every moment fully. One of the reasons Doggy-Style is so beloved is the incredible freedom it offers in terms of movement and versatility. Unlike some positions where both partners are relatively restricted, Doggy-Style allows each person to adjust, explore, and find exactly what feels best for their body. It's a position that encourages experimentation, giving partners the ability to control rhythm, depth, angle, and speed in a way that can maximize pleasure for both. This freedom of movement isn't just a physical advantage. It also empowers people to connect more deeply with their own sensations and with each other. For the person doing the penetrating, Doggy-Style allows for intuitive adjustments. You can shift your hips, change your pace, or vary the angle to discover the most pleasurable rhythm. You can go slow and sensual, savoring every movement, or pick up the pace for a more intense experience. Each subtle adjustment can completely transform the sensation for both partners, and that adaptability keeps things exciting, even for couples who have been together for a long time. The position naturally encourages exploration because it gives the penetrating partner a level of control that allows them to respond to their partner's body in real time. The person being penetrated has freedom too. Doggy-Style doesn't just leave one partner passive, it invites them to move, shift, and respond in ways that heighten pleasure. You can adjust the tilt of your hips, arch your back, or move your legs to find that perfect angle that maximizes sensation. Even small movements can make a big difference, and the ability to communicate these adjustments through touch, subtle moans, or shifting positions creates an interactive experience. That level of versatility makes Doggy-Style a position where both partners are fully engaged, rather than one person simply following the other's lead. Another aspect of versatility is that Doggy-Style can be adapted to suit different moods, body types, and settings. You can do it on a bed, on the floor, standing up, or even on a couch or chair. Pillows or cushions can elevate the hips and create entirely new angles of pleasure. This adaptability is what keeps the position fresh and exciting. It's not a one-size-fits-all approach. You can experiment with slight adjustments and find combinations that feel incredible, making each encounter unique. The ability to tailor the position to your bodies and desires is a huge part of why people are drawn to it again and again. The freedom inherent in Doggy-Style also allows for increased creativity. Hands are free to explore the body in ways that other positions may not allow. The person behind can caress the back, hips, or thighs, while the person being penetrated can use their own hands to touch erogenous zones or stimulate their partner. That tactile engagement adds layers of sensation that amplify arousal and connection. It's not just about penetration, it's about movement, touch, and exploration, all working together to create a deeply satisfying sexual experience. The rhythm of doggy-style is another element that demonstrates its versatility. You can synchronize your movements with your partner or create a push and pull dynamic that keeps both people mentally and physically engaged. The position allows for pauses, changes in tempo, or variations in intensity, which keeps anticipation high and makes every encounter feel fresh. This ability to control and respond to rhythm is empowering and pleasurable for both partners. It's a dance, really, a give and take that heightens intimacy while maintaining a strong physical connection. Even beyond the physical advantages, the freedom and versatility of doggy-style contribute to confidence and comfort. When you know that your body can move in ways that feel natural and pleasurable, it reduces tension and self-consciousness. That freedom encourages you to focus on sensation, connection, and exploration rather than worrying about positions or appearances. And when both partners are comfortable experimenting, it strengthens trust and communication, making the sexual experience richer and more fulfilling. Ultimately, doggy-style is a position that thrives on adaptability. It's a position that rewards curiosity, experimentation, and attentiveness. The freedom to adjust angles, pace, and movement makes it exciting and satisfying, while the versatility allows it to work for all kinds of bodies and situations. That combination of adaptability, creativity, and physical freedom is what makes it so universally appealing. It's not just a position, it's a playground for exploration, a way to connect with your partner, and an invitation to discover what brings the most pleasure. When you embrace that freedom fully, you realize that doggy-style is more than just a position. It's an experience that empowers both partners to explore, connect, and enjoy their bodies in ways that are dynamic, engaging, and deeply satisfying. When we think about intimacy and sex, most people immediately think about eye contact. Looking into your partner's eyes can feel deeply connecting, almost like you're sharing your soul in that moment. But what's fascinating about doggy-style is that even though direct eye contact is limited, it doesn't diminish intimacy. It transforms it into something different, something just as powerful, but in a less conventional way. In fact, one of the reasons people love this position is how it shifts the focus from seeing to feeling, creating a unique kind of emotional connection. Without the visual cues of eye contact, partners are encouraged to pay closer attention to each other's bodies, movements, and responses. Every subtle shift, every moan, every touch becomes a form of communication. You begin to notice the tiny details, how your partner arches, how they breathe, how their muscles respond. These nonverbal signals tell you more than words ever could, and tuning into them heightens the intimacy between both people. It's a reminder that intimacy is not only about what you see, but about how attuned you are to one another's pleasure, comfort, and desire. In doggy-style, there's also an element of trust that naturally builds emotional intimacy. The position requires vulnerability. The person being penetrated is placing themselves in a position where they are partially exposed, physically and emotionally, and that level of vulnerability invites trust. Trust is an essential component of intimacy. When you feel safe to let go and enjoy the moment without judgment, you open the door to a deeper connection with your partner. That trust is reinforced with every movement, every pause, and every responsive action, creating a feedback loop of mutual care and understanding. For the partner doing the penetrating, emotional intimacy is strengthened in a different way. You can feel the reactions of your partner in real time, and that physical feedback builds connection. You are responding to each other's movements, adjusting to heightened pleasure, and becoming completely present in the moment. This shared attention, this mindfulness, is a powerful form of intimacy. It's an intimacy that goes beyond words, beyond eye contact, and exists entirely in the shared experience of sensation and presence. Doggy-style also allows partners to engage in a different kind of closeness by giving space for emotional exploration. Without the need to maintain constant eye contact, some people feel less pressure to perform or express themselves in certain ways. That can actually make them more open to experiencing pleasure fully, expressing desire naturally, and responding authentically. Emotional intimacy often grows when people feel free to be themselves, without the need for constant validation or observation. In this position, that freedom creates an environment where vulnerability, trust, and connection flourish. Another remarkable aspect is how this position allows for additional forms of touch and closeness that can enhance emotional bonding. Hands can explore the back, shoulders, and hips. Partners can hold each other in ways that convey care, protection, and desire. Every gentle caress or firm grip is an expression of attention and affection. Even if you're not looking into each other's eyes, the sense of closeness, warmth, and responsiveness is tangible. The body communicates in ways that words cannot, and Doggy-style provides a framework for that kind of rich physical dialogue. There's also a rhythm to the position that fosters emotional intimacy. The shared pace and synchronization of movements require attentiveness, responsiveness, and presence. Partners learn to listen to each other's bodies and respond in a way that amplifies pleasure and connection. This mutual attunement builds empathy and strengthens the emotional bond. It's like a dance where both partners are constantly adapting to each other, and that dance deepens the sense of being truly together in mind, body, and spirit. Lastly, this position offers a reminder that intimacy is multidimensional. Eye contact is just one layer. Doggy-style shows that closeness can exist in many forms through touch, rhythm, trust, vulnerability, and responsiveness. Emotional intimacy is created when partners are present with each other, attuned to each other's needs, and willing to explore both pleasure and connection. It's a reminder that intimacy doesn't always need to look a certain way. It's felt deeply in ways that transcend the visual. So when we look at why Doggy-style is so appealing beyond the physical, it's clear that the position fosters a unique kind of emotional intimacy. It encourages trust, vulnerability, responsiveness, and presence. It shows that connection isn't always about eye contact. Sometimes it's about feeling, listening, and being fully immersed in the shared experience. And that is a connection that resonates long after the act itself. One of the reasons Doggy-style is so popular is that it allows for a physical connection that goes beyond the obvious. Most people focus on penetration when they think about sex, but this position demonstrates how much more there is to connecting physically with a partner. It engages multiple parts of the body simultaneously, creating sensations that are both intense and nuanced. The connection is not just about what is happening below the waist. It's about the whole body coming together, moving in harmony, and responding to touch, pressure, and rhythm in ways that deepen intimacy. For starters, Doggy-style engages muscles that are not typically used in other positions. The person being penetrated naturally uses their core, glutes, and even their back to adjust to the partner's movements, while the penetrating partner uses their thighs, hips, and arms to maintain rhythm and control. That full body engagement creates a dynamic sense of connection. It's not just 2 points of contact. It's an entire network of muscles and touch responding to one another. You become acutely aware of how your bodies move together, how your weight shifts, and how your muscles coordinate to enhance the experience. That awareness heightens the sensation and amplifies pleasure for both partners. Beyond muscles, the position allows for unique pressure points and contact areas that aren't as easily accessed in other positions. For example, the chest or thighs can press against the partner in ways that add intensity and arousal. The curves of the back, hips, and glutes provide natural points of friction, creating subtle stimulation that can make the experience more exhilarating. Small adjustments, leaning slightly forward or back, arching the spine, or shifting a leg, can dramatically alter the sensation, allowing each partner to explore their physical responses fully. It's a position that encourages curiosity, experimentation, and awareness of the body in ways that are rarely matched. Hands also play an extraordinary role in Doggy-Style, enhancing the physical connection beyond what's obvious. The penetrating partner can use their hands to caress the back, run fingers through hair, or explore the hips and thighs. Meanwhile, the person being penetrated can use their hands to stroke the arms, shoulders, or chest, creating additional stimulation and reinforcing connection. Touch becomes more than just an accessory. It becomes a language. Every caress, grip, or gentle squeeze communicates attention, desire, and care. That tactile dialogue amplifies the bond between partners, creating a shared experience that is both deeply physical and emotionally satisfying. Another aspect that makes this position unique is how it engages sensitivity in areas beyond traditional erogenous zones. The thighs, lower back, and even the hands and arms respond to touch and pressure in ways that can heighten arousal. The position encourages both partners to notice how every inch of the body reacts, teaching them more about themselves and each other. That exploration creates a physical intimacy that extends well beyond the obvious mechanics of sex. It's about discovering new ways to elicit pleasure and deepen connection. Doggy-Style also allows for synchronized movement, which strengthens physical connection. There's a rhythm to the position that invites both partners to respond to each other. When you're in sync, matching pace, adjusting depth, or leaning into each other at the right moments, the connection feels almost effortless. That synchronization fosters a sense of unity and togetherness. You're not just two people moving separately. You're two bodies learning to communicate, to respond, and to exist in harmony. That harmony is deeply satisfying, physically and emotionally. Even subtle shifts in posture or angle can enhance this connection. Elevating the hips slightly with a pillow, adjusting the tilt of the pelvis, or changing the stance can completely transform the experience. These small tweaks engage different muscles, create new pressure points, and allow for variations in sensation. The versatility of the position ensures that the physical connection is never static. It's dynamic, evolving, and uniquely tailored to the partners involved. Ultimately, the appeal of Doggy-Style lies in how it goes beyond simple mechanics to create a full, body-full sensation experience. It allows partners to explore muscles, pressure points, touch, and movement in a way that deepens physical intimacy. Every motion, every adjustment, every touch communicates desire, attention, and connection. This is why it is so deeply satisfying for so many people. It's not just about penetration. It's about the entire physical and tactile experience, where bodies speak to each other in ways words cannot capture. Doggy-Style shows us that physical intimacy is multidimensional. It's about engaging the whole body, exploring touch, responding to pressure, and synchronizing movement. It's about discovering new ways to connect that go beyond what is immediately obvious. When both partners fully embrace that connection, they experience a level of closeness and pleasure that is hard to achieve in other positions. And that's the real magic of Doggy-Style. It's a position that doesn't just bring bodies together. It brings attention, care, and full body presence into the moment, creating a connection that resonates on a deeper level. One of the reasons Doggy Style is so widely enjoyed is not just because of the pleasure it brings physically or mentally, but because it can also be incredibly empowering. For both partners, there's something about the position that naturally boosts confidence and encourages body positivity. Many people feel self-conscious during sex, worrying about appearance, performance, or whether they are doing it right. Doggy style, in contrast, shifts the focus away from self-judgment and towards sensation, exploration, and mutual enjoyment. It allows partners to experience pleasure fully without the pressure of constant evaluation, and that freedom can do wonders for self-esteem and body confidence. For the person being penetrated, doggy style is a position that highlights strength, flexibility, and sensuality. It's a position that celebrates the body in motion, encouraging awareness of how the body feels rather than how it looks. When you focus on what feels good, when you notice how your muscles move and respond, you start to appreciate your body's capabilities. That appreciation translates to confidence, not arrogance, but a grounded understanding that your body is capable of producing intense pleasure and connecting with your partner in meaningful ways. When you embrace that, it becomes easier to feel good about yourself, both in and out of the bedroom. The penetrating partner benefits in a similar way. Doggy style allows them to be active participants, to guide rhythm, depth, and pace, and to notice the immediate effects of their actions. That sense of control and effectiveness fosters confidence. You start to trust your intuition, learning how your touch, angle, and movement impact your partner's pleasure. The more attuned you become to your partner, the more confident you feel in your ability to connect, to respond, and to enhance the shared experience. That confidence spills over into other areas of intimacy and life, creating a sense of empowerment that is deeply satisfying. Another key aspect of doggy style that boosts confidence is how it encourages exploration and experimentation. In this position, there's room to try variations, adjust angles, and discover new ways to heighten pleasure. You may find that small tweaks dramatically improve the experience for both partners, and realizing that you can make these discoveries together builds trust, self-assurance, and a sense of competence. There's no pressure to be perfect, just curiosity, responsiveness, and presence. And that mindset, applied in the bedroom, can foster a more positive relationship with your own body and with your partner. Body positivity is also enhanced because doggy style allows people to appreciate their bodies in motion rather than in static poses or through mirrors. You experience first and what your body can do, the curves, the strength, the flexibility, and the responsiveness. Every movement, every adjustment, every instinctive shift is a reminder of your physical capability and sensuality. When partners witness and appreciate each other in this position, it reinforces positive self-image and creates a cycle of admiration, desire, and acceptance. That kind of body positive feedback is rare and incredibly valuable in sexual relationships. Confidence in this position is further strengthened by the trust and communication it encourages. You are relying on your partner to respond to your signals, to adjust to your needs, and to honor your boundaries. That mutual understanding fosters a sense of empowerment because both partners are actively engaged in co-creating pleasure. You learn to trust not only your body, but also your instincts and your partner's attentiveness. That trust and validation naturally enhance confidence, turning sexual experiences into moments of self-assurance and joy. Doggy style also encourages a mindset of curiosity over perfection. Instead of focusing on whether you look or perform a certain way, the emphasis is on sensation, connection, and enjoyment. That shift in perspective is powerful. It teaches you to value the pleasure and intimacy you can create rather than comparing yourself to unrealistic standards or expectations. It's liberating, and liberation builds confidence. When you embrace the freedom this position offers, you begin to see your body as an instrument of pleasure and connection, rather than as an object to be judged. Finally, the confidence and body positivity that Doggy-Style fosters are not just about sexual performance. They spill into the broader relationship with yourself and your partner. When you feel confident in your ability to give and receive pleasure, you become more comfortable expressing desire, communicating needs, and exploring fantasies. That self-assuredness strengthens the emotional bond and deepens intimacy. You feel empowered, sexy, and validated not just by your partner, but by your own experience of your body and your sexuality. Ultimately, Doggy-Style is more than a position. It's an opportunity to embrace your body, celebrate your sensuality, and cultivate confidence and positivity. It reminds you that your body is capable, desirable, and worthy of pleasure. By focusing on sensation, trust, and connection, you allow yourself to fully inhabit the moment, letting go of self, doubt, and embracing the joy of sexual exploration. That is why this position is so beloved, not just for what it feels like physically, but for the confidence, empowerment, and body positivity it nurtures.